So you're a system, right? Your business is a system as well. So let's just say that's you, and then we'll say this triangle is your business. Um, there's a guy I met on LinkedIn the other day who runs a leather factory in Bolivia and cannot ship any leather. He can't export. So his environment is directly affecting his system, right? His business system, which clearly will affect him. So he's obviously not very happy about that. And then that affects what kind of decisions he makes, how he moves forward, etc. So your environment is extremely important. So the environment is important for every system, right? If a plant, is that a plant? If a plant is unable to receive the sun, then its environment means it's not going to be able to grow, right? If the soil is bad, etc. Like I now live in Burgundy. The environment is essential for the creation of the wine, which makes Burgundy so famous, right? And now they can charge so much. So, like, if you have seasonal affective disorder, which I definitely did have in the UK, you're essentially like you plus business. You're trying to thrive and grow in that environment, but the you component is like heavily weighed down by this, right? And if you look at your own system, like you're having to like expend mental bandwidth on this. You're having to, I wouldn't say medicate, but let's just say medicate, but meaning like, I don't know, you ingest more chocolate, you might have more coffee. Um, you're trying to compensate. So that compensation is like, it's costing you. You might not feel good about making a certain decision that day. You might not just feel just generally like positive. So it's a lot, like it's a lot of weight to have to carry. So like for me, I was just tired of having that extra drag, right? That's kind of how we can say it, is drag, as opposed to what is actually, I guess we could call it nurturing. What's actually nurturing? So instead of having to force, instead of having to like pass through this, it's like passing through liquid as opposed to trying to like walk through air, or it's different, or having the air behind you and pushing you forward. So how can we do that? How can we just optimize, clear the path, and make things as easy as possible? So my thing was just to move. So I just changed the entire environment. Other reasons to do that, and moving to France, it's like it's not all helpful. Like there are, I would say specifically taxation and things of this sort, and having to understand a new system. But I would say like for the environment, culture, food, pace of life, weather, and it's not all amazing weather. Like I took some pictures and they're just totally biased towards the sunny days. It's not, but it's better. It's like it's more often good than it is bad, right? So that's why I did it. If you can't totally move your environment, I would at least one make steps to do that. As in, if it's in you and you really want to do it, but it's like this is another point of drag and conflict. It's like I want to do this and I'm going through my life wanting to do this, but I can't. It's like it's a lot of conflict to carry. I would start to make a plan where you can actually do it. The second thing is if you can't do it permanently because you have kids at schools and things like this, then I would just try and make a plan to get out as much as possible, um, to go to a better place. Like specifically if it's seasonal affective disorder, obviously just go where the sun shines. If it's something else, then make some steps to remove yourself from that environment and just generally expose yourself to something else as often as possible. The reason I say to do that is because it stops negative feedback loops. Like it stops the compounding effect of the bad environment. It interrupts that process. So it at least gives you a chance to, if not have a more positive feedback loop, it at least stops you from having a negative one. Anyway, I hope that was helpful. Let me know, drop a comment, give me your perspective. Always love to hear how I might be wrong, how other people interpret this and see this. Okay, speak soon.